MotorHead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to MotorHead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting. We have this cool 1970 Chevelle in the shop. It's got a big block, it's got a 4-speed, got some upgraded wheels and tires to make it handle a little bit better, but it steers like a sailboat because it still has the manual steering in it that came from the factory. We're going to fix that. We have Junior from Turn 1 High Performance Steering here, and Junior, what are we going to add to this car to fix that?
We're going to put one of our high performance power steering kits on it. We've got bracketry, a new Saginaw 600 series box, and a new high performance power steering pump.
This Saginaw 600 series box, a stalwart, been around for a lot of years. Tell me what you guys do with these boxes when you get them in-house.
They're all built 100% in our factory, brand new. It's going to come base model with a 12.7 to 1 ratio. The power steering pump's going to be designed to reduce horsepower consumption and reduce fluid temperature. It's also going to be 100% brand new, built for this task.
Built for this task, and it's a big task. Big wheels and tires, a lot of weight on the nose. There's an iron-headed big block in this car, so you're telling me this thing is set up for severe duty.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'll go through whatever you want.
Well, we have the right components, we got the right people here to do it, and we have John Gardner underneath the Chevelle right now, getting ready to make the swap.
Boy, steering like a sailboat, that was an accurate portrayal. Junior, you want to give me a hand? This thing weighs a ton.
Sure.
So far, I got the actual bolts loose out here that actually hold it to it. Here's the gearbox located right here. Now, this is a manual gearbox versus the power steering, so we don't have any power steering lines to deal with, which is nice. You know, right here we have the pitman arm. If you're going to pull the pitman arm off, I highly recommend you go get a pitman arm puller, but because this is a manual, the shaft's a little different, isn't it?
Yeah, the sector shaft on a manual box is going to be smaller than on a power.
So we're going to just go ahead and replace it with another pitman arm, which is probably a good idea anyway. It's going to tighten up this old parallelogram steering system. All right, and then we went ahead and loosened it right here from the drag link, and then all I had left was pull out the actual pinch weld bolt right here that holds this together as far as the steering rag joint knuckle is concerned, and then it's ready to separate. So if you get those bolts loose, I'll keep going with this knuckle here. I'll see if I can get it pushed off. It's a good idea also to index the steering wheel. Let me give it a little tap just to get it out of there. Index the steering wheel, make sure that it stays the same way. There it goes. It's old and rusted. It's an old car, and it weighs a ton. Look at that. Now, a lot of people want to go in here and adjust them. You got a worm shaft and a sector shaft, and it's a bad idea, isn't it?
Yeah, the manual, nobody really wants manual anymore. They want good, stiff power steering.
Yeah, we don't want it binding up, so we're going to put in yours. Now, look at the difference. Now, that's really nice. You got the new shaft here. You got the actual splines right here. I mean, it's going to have no steering slop whatsoever.
Nope, 100% brand new. Recirculating ball, 12.7 to 1 ratio, which is going to be faster than the manual. It's going to have a 210 T-bar size in it, so it's going to be a good, modern day steering effort for you too.
Perfect. Brian's looking lean and mean this season, but he ran when it come time to pick up this big gearbox. This thing's beefy, it looks good. You know, we'll get this bolted up, and then we're going to go up top and work on the pump. Check this out while we finish up here. Now it's time to bolt on this Turn 1 power steering pump onto our American Muscle Beast. This 454. Junior, this thing's going to be steering like a dream. But before we did it, we had to install a bracket. Tell me a little what it took to put that bracket on.
Yeah, this bracket's designed for a short water pump system with a power steering car originally, and this car obviously wasn't. So we had to space it out just a tick to get the belts to line up.
And that was no big deal, just a few spacers in there, make sure it's secure. It's going to line up. That's important belt. Yeah. Now, really cool is the pulley. Tell me a little bit about this pulley, because most pulleys are solid. I got to get a puller to pull it, an installer to put it on, and then I'm hoping my belt's even going to line up. You solved that problem.
Yep, this pulley is designed with uniquely designed cutouts to allow access to the pump mounting bolts without having to remove and reinstall the pulley. The pulley will already come pre-installed if you buy it with the pump. That's
nice. And now it's just a matter of bringing it down. We go ahead and line up the bottom one first. Now the pump's the heart of the power steering system. Tell me a little bit about your pump. What makes it so special?
Our pump's designed to reduce horsepower consumption, reduce fluid temperature, and right off the shelf, it's gonna it'll be 1500 psi to handle most all high-performance applications.
Now, the actual enemy of the power steering system's heat.
Yep.
You guys are combating that heat, and that's going to make it last twice as long. What do you do to stop the heat?
The reduced horsepower consumption also reduces fluid temperature. We do that by limiting the amount that the pump is circulating through the system versus the factory design.
Now, the factory design, they're just going to pump 24/7 whether you need it or not.
Yep.
This one here is going to lower the pressure, but yet the bypass is a little bit higher, so I'm still going to have good power steering.
Oh yeah, yep, you'll have a great power steering, a good road feel, and it'll handle pretty much anything you can throw at it.
Well, Perfect. You want a power steering pump for your muscle car? Go to turn 1. Make sure it turns great, no problems. We'll be back with more MotorHead Garage right after this break.